Hello, let's dive into history with Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's see what we start with today. In 1930, construction begins on the Empire State Building, a symbol of hope in the depths of the Great Depression, 1930. And then, with two perfect scores of 10, Mary Lou Retton is the first American woman to win the individual all-around title in Olympic gymnastics. I'm going to put that after the Empire State Building. And there we go, 1984. All right. A stage actor and cab driver, Richard Roundtree, breaks through as the Swap Stars Shaft, which helps keep MGM from bankruptcy with an absolutely all-time classic musical score. So we'll put that definitely in between 1930 and 1984, 1971. There we go. Boy, I had no idea he was a cab driver. That's really fascinating. Charles Dickens, long a critic of U.S. food, enjoys a meal at Delmonico's in New York. The restaurant helps make dining out a marker of success. That is fascinating. Wow, Charles Dickens ate at Delmonico's. That's incredibly interesting. Anyway, definitely that would be the 19th century, indeed 1868. And a teacher invents basketball to be a fun indoor sport. The first game ends with tackling and kicking, prompting a new rule: no running with the ball. Right. Okay, do I think this is before or after 1868? This is the first tricky bit, I think, in this one for me so far. I'm going to say post 1868, probably not much. Okay, 1890. Okay, that's fairly comfortably after. Dorothy Hoffner, who would live through both the Spanish flu and the COVID pandemic, wow, that's incredible, and be the oldest person to skydive, is born in Chicago. Okay, well, that pretty much needs to go here, given those dates. Yes, 1918. So she would have been, would have just lived through the Spanish flu. Okay, listening to their antenna, two astronomers hear a hiss that they think is caused by pigeon droppings. It turns out to be evidence of the Big Bang. Oh, wow. Is that the cosmic background microwave radiation? Or am I mixing up my astronomical phenomena? What do I think that is? I'm not sure if I think that's before or after 1971. Maybe before. I don't know. I'm the least sure about this so far, but I have to put something in. I was correct. Just a few years before. Okay, I lucked out there. During a war with France, Virginia turns to a common way to pay for militias, roads, and schools at the time: a government lottery. Interesting. Let's put that before 1868. Yep, 1754. And that's very interesting that's where that came from. And obviously it would have needed to be much earlier than 1868 anyway. But I wouldn't have thought it's interesting. The bit about the war with France is what places this earlier, but I would have assumed the government lottery thing would have come later than that. Anyway, Mary Godwin, 18, spends a rainy summer imagining spooky stories. One of a pale student in his creation becomes Frankenstein. Right, okay. Where do I think that is relative to 1868? I should probably know this immediately, and yet I think it's after. No. Oh, wow. That was horrible. Way off. I was way off. Oh, embarrassing. Okay. Well, as a result of that, I ended up in the most common category here, the 24 to 27. So what else gave people a challenge? I can't believe I was that off with Frankenstein. That's incredibly embarrassing. All right. So let's see. Oh, most of these are pretty high. Oh, not this. The evidence of the Big Bang. A minority of people actually placed that correctly. Most of these others are pretty high. Yeah, that was the main one that tripped people up. What about the one I got wrong? That was the next most frequently misplaced. All right. Well, interesting. I feel bad about that one, but but oh well. There we go. That was the flashback. Hope you enjoyed this little detour into history. Be back next week, I suppose, with the next one of these. Bye for now.